Hello everyone, welcome back to F1 Total Div 2. I'm Jonathan. And Pix has nearly spun it on his outlap. I'm Jonathan. Felix is not here today, so it is just me as we head into round 9, coming into the closing stages of the season. We have got championships in both constructors and drivers that are very close, so today's race is set to be a big one here in Portugal. Pix will be the first driver to set a lap in this qualifying session, and he looks to be struggling with this car a bit on the outlap, so hopefully for his sake it improves throughout the session. I'm pretty sure he did race in Div 1 to my memory, not a great race for him. Hopefully he can perform better in Div 2, but we will ride on board, well, not on board, but we'll watch him for his first lap of the session. Coming down the DRS straight, using a lot of DRS down towards turn 1, probably using too much. He's not going to have much charge up for the rest of the lap really. I mean, just 20%, that's nearly in the low mode, we're not even in the end of sector 1. But he goes up the tough left-hander, has to be said. Very easy to drop it if you are not careful with the throttle. A 22-1 in the first sector, down into the hairpin, get it turned and on the throttle as quick as you can to maximise time. Then through a nice quick right-hander which comes quickly into a braking zone, and he manages to keep it tight and gets it down without spinning through a downhill into an uphill, which turns quickly into a braking zone. You've got to be exact there, otherwise you run wide, as Pix does. He doesn't invalidate, he must have lost enough time. Coming into the final stages of the lap now, just needs to navigate the final braking zone, which he has, and just make sure you don't cut this part of the track. I have done it myself, pretty embarrassing if you do it. And to the line, set the provisional lap of this session, a 1:18.3 from Pix. Next, I believe, is Flavors. No. Is it the Williams? Who is that? That's an Alpine coming to the line. Pinky, 17.2 for the championship hopeful. He enters this race P2, and he is just 7 points behind Kuko, who has taken advantage of Pinky missing 2 races so far this season, and that has been a big factor in this title fight. But you've got to be there to win it, and that means Pinky trailed, but a big gain in last week's race in Canada, Pinky picking up 18 points in P2 while Kuko only got 6 for a P7. So that is what makes it really close once again for him. Meanwhile, while I've been waffling, Berberdino 17, Gambri 16.9 goes clear of Pinky. Berberdino, Shamul, Edwin, all the times flying in as we speak. And these are some quick times being put in so far. Edwin with the quickest so far. We will find someone on the app. Desi is on one. I think he is the only one, so we'll ride on board with him while we talk. The two McLarens up together, P5, P6. They were looking to have a great outing in Canada last week before Berberdino was one of them disconnected anyway, and it ruined a potential 1-2. Desi taking a slipstream as much as he can, and he puts himself into 10th, just 1,000 quicker than Flavors, who is in 11th. So the first laps of qualifying have been complete. We'll check the official so Edwin with a 16.6 is our provisional pole time. Gabri nearly 3/10 back, and then Sean almost 6/10 back. Same with Pinky, Berberdino. So it's quite tight there. Pub Dog not too far behind. Dylan just Pub Dog and Dylan a little bit further behind. Dylan and Sully, nearly nothing in it between them. Always a second back. Desi and Flavors 1.1 and Pix 1.6 behind. Those are the times so far. Yet to the left we've got Phantom, who is eating his dinner, Mihai, Kuko, the championship leader, and Bazooka. I hope the sound is okay. Jesus, that is quite loud. I hope it's not too loud for you guys. The engine noises, I will try and fix that. One sec. You're not missing anything at the moment anyway, because no one is on the lap right now. Otherwise, just starting one though. Heads into turn one. He is very low in the airs himself. It's not good for him. But we do have a lot of people coming out for their second runs of qualifying. And he sets a 22.98. He is not on a quick lap, and I don't think he must have. Oh yeah, he was a second, yeah, 9/10. So I must have missed that. I apologize. So the next person to set a lap will be the McLaren of Barbadino, who has had mixed fortunes this season. He's always been up there in qualifying, same as teammate Pup Dog, and it was him that did disconnect last week while looking like McLaren were set for an easy 1-2, but ended up finishing P4 after his disconnect. He'll be looking to make amends for that as much as he can. And obviously, McLaren, you'd think they'd be doing better than the constructors. They sit 5th on just 70 points. 35 of the next team being Sauber, well off a title, and they'd need some swing of points if they were to do that, but given where they are in qualifying, it's not undoable. It would just take a lot of luck. But he now descends down through the middle of sector 2 up towards the end of it. Again, very easy to mess up break zone, easy to run wide, but he's nailed at that apex. Not quite up on his time, just a 10th down. But will he be able to find any extra time in the final sector? We will wait and see. That's very much on the limits there, using the last of his ERS as we approach the line, and he's back in the pits. He's had enough of that. So the Red Bull is starting. That is Mihai. He is finishing his lap. Where is he gonna go? P4 for Mihai. Wow. Well done, Mihai. P4. Really setting a benchmark for himself. And he's actually just beaten by Pub Dog, who goes P3. Gabri goes P2. No. Pinky goes P2. He is very close to pole now. Next will be on a lap. Is there anyone on a lap? I'm trying to find the next driver on an actual lap to... Okay. Dylan is 700 up. That won't gain him a position as it stands, but it will get him closer to the front 7. And you would expect him to be quite up there. He was very good in Div 1 the other day. I can't remember what position, but he was up there with the front runners, apart from Car Racer, who zoomed off into the sunset, never to be seen again. Previously 600th in the end, stays P8, but separates the gap between him and Sully. Sully not improving as of now. Sean on a lap himself at the moment, and goes 1.5 times quicker. Purple according to the game. It could be, it could not be. You don't know with EA. And he sends through Sector 2 now. You can really tell this track was built for MotoGP with the way the uphill, downhill, sweeping lefts and sweeping rights. But it makes for a good F1 track, especially in league racing. Not a fan favourite by any means for some, but it does produce some good battles, some good quality laps especially. It's nice to watch. Not as much to do, especially in that uphill left-hander in Sector 1. Very easy to drop it. As Sean goes P4, not too far ahead of Pup Dog, but good enough. Burbadino starting a lap, Bazooka not on one, Desi not on one, Dylan starting one, Sully is on a lap. He was just he matched his first sector pretty much. Can he find some time in the second sector as he approaches the delta time? He is 13 thousandths up. It is very, very narrow improvements for now. Maybe there's a little more in this final sector for him. Ooh, that is loud. I'm very sorry. I do not know how to fix that. I will check after the lap actually. He goes P6 with that. He finds nearly 4/10 in that final sector. That is impressive. Meanwhile, Burbadino 3.5 tenths up after 2 sectors. That would really shoot him up the field right now. Purple according to the game. Just has the last couple of corners to navigate to see what time this will be. Using the last of his ERS towards the line now. Burbadino in his McLaren. What can he put in? It is a 1:16.9. It is P3. Just ahead of Gabri by 0.02 of a second. And meanwhile, Dylan went into P6, improving by nearly 4/10 himself. So Mihai, who was 4th just a couple of minutes ago, is back into P9. But he's not far off. He just needs a couple of tenths. Yeah, just a lap. Phantom and Kuko. Kuko obviously the championship leader. And Phantom who is eating dinner. As we know, he does this in every qualifying session. It's not news anymore. Is anyone on the lap right now? No. So we'll ride on board with Gabri. Gabri, it's probably his last run of qualifying. I don't think he will get back in. So he's using the benefit of a pretty free track. Oh, is he going for a back-to-back outlap? I think he is. I think he's going for 2 outlaps here. As Kuko exits the pits for the first time, you can see on the bottom right of your screen. So our championship leader will indeed set a lap in this session. He hasn't forgotten. Maybe saving some sets of softs. Maybe he was just busy for the first 15 minutes. Who knows? I don't. Although I was saying Gabri was not on a lap, but he is 2.5 tenths up. He was even weaving the tires as he came down towards the straight. So that's very interesting from him to even find that much time in sector 1 when doing that. He could even get the benefit of a tow from his teammate as we enter the final sector. Kuko not far ahead of him as Gabri all over the throttle there. 2 tenths up still. Kuko just gets out of the way though. No no DRS games there for Ferrari, but Gabri could give Kuko one on his lap here as he's going to start the lap right behind him. Gabri, he's 3 tenths off pole. He was 2 tenths up after the second sector. What has he got in the final sector? Is it enough for pole position? It's not. 29 thousandths off. That is close for Gabri, but it's not enough. Jeez, that was late from Gabri. Kuko, I don't know if he's been affected by that. I guess we will see. But yeah, that was very, very close from Gabri. Really cutting it fine at the end there. 22 flat in the first sector. I'm pretty sure that's just similar to everyone's. Bit squirrely on the exit. This is the disadvantage, obviously, of going late. I think he's backed out. I do think he's backed out there. He's saving ERS. So we will go back on board with him later. Sean. Yes, he is starting lap. These are the final laps of qualifying. The final laps to decide where your grid slot will be. And I would say it's somewhat important in a track like this. And Dylan has left the session. I hope someone can invite him. Okay, Sean has pulled over. So instead we will go on board with the current pole sitter, Edwin, going through turn 1. Needs to really make sure he can hook this up, as he has a lot of cars behind him who are looking to take this off of him. Through sector 1, what is the time split? He has matched himself, so nothing special so far, but is there more time to find in the next couple of sectors? He's got a Sauber in front of him. Hopefully they get out of the way. Desi has been disqualified for going the wrong way. Oh dear. I'm not sure what's happened there. I saw him near where Edwin was track-wise, but on the grass, I presume. Anyway, Edwin coming through sector 2. Will he be able to find more time? No, he's actually down on his time. So it's not looking like much improvement, if any, for Edwin. But it could be enough. Anyway, I have not seen the times from the others yet. We will watch to the end. He's ran wide. That's his lap done. Let's go on board. Pinky is 2 tenths up after the first sector alone. Sully is retired. He's crashed, it seems. Pinky losing a little bit of time, but still nearly 2 tenths up. This would smash the pole time by over a tenth as it stands. What does he have in the final sector? He's still got 60% ERS. This should be more than enough for him to seal pole position. Coming through the final corner, he will burn everything he's got. Pinky, P2 in the championship. Coming to the line now. He's going to go to pole position by 79 thousandths of a second. His championship rival Kuko in P4. Bernardino rounds the final corner now. He's 500th of himself, but I don't think that's going to be enough to improve position. Oh wow, he has found 3.5 tenths in the final sector and just 10 thousandths of pole position, pushing Kuko down to P5. Sean only slightly down in after 2 sectors. Will he be able to find anything in the last sector? As Phantom goes to P13 on his only lap. Sean elects to crash. Mihai not getting a lap, and Flavor's not getting a lap. So that is qualifying finished. And that was a very thrilling end, I have to say. Edwin validating at the end cost him pole. I don't know if he would have improved in the end, but Bernardino and Pinky both pipping him, which is crucial for Pinky in his championship charge. Jesus, that's loud. Well, here is your qualifying result from Portugal. Pinky takes pole for Alpine with a 1:16.5. Bernardino always up. Apologies, the mic has cut out. Bernardino always up there in qualifying. Puts himself just 100th off in P2. Edwin P3 with his banker time. Gabri and Kuko and Ferrari 4-5, Sean in 6th, Dylan 7th, Pubdog 8th, Sully 9th, Bazooka around the top 10, and then we've got Mihai, Owise, Phantom, Flavors, and Pix and Desi, who was disqualified at the end of the session. So this looks set to be a pretty good race. We have got 5 people in here. That's nice. Well, that's 4. I know Jeremy joined the lobby. I'm not sure if he is here to watch, if he is here to race. He didn't join any car from what I saw, but I'm not sure. More importantly, we have a race that will be getting underway very, very shortly. Yeah. This should be a good race. I'm hoping so. Div 2 usually delivers. And I would be surprised if Portugal was any exception, especially with the 2 championship rivals, both in the top 5. Pinky, obviously crucially, those 4 positions ahead. That could make all the difference come the end of the race. But as we know, qualifying positions don't mean too much in Div 2. But we are about to get underway here. Pinky on pole from Bernardino. We are underway. It is a good start from Pinky. Bernardino, though, not far behind, but I think he's got the launch and should keep P1 into turn 1. He does what Pinky needed. Bernardino right there. And Gabri losing positions off the start. Gabri, what has happened to him off the race start? He is down to 13th from 4th on the grid. Meanwhile, Dylan's off. Dylan's also off. So carnage at the start for Dylan, and Edwin down into P2. It looks like there was a bit of ghosting going on there. That is very nice for Pinky, who could get him out of DRS early. Pinky obviously on the soft tyre, as we saw. Edwin on the mediums. So is Rubinino, Kuko, Sean. Yeah. Sean also. So most of the drivers are looking good in mediums. Pigs on the softs. He has made a flying start. He is up into 6th place of this start on these soft tyres. These soft tyres have done wonders for him so far. And he has made up an abundance of positions. Not sure the exact number. We'll get that up in a second. But Pub Dog going very slow into that corner, and he's been double overtaken. He is damaged. Damage for Pub Dog. That is a nightmare start for him. He's going to have to box here and repair that. Go to hards to the end, presumably, unless, of course, a safety car. A nightmare for him. So Pinky leads by 1.6 seconds after 1 lap. A huge start for him, as Kuko down in P4 in the DRS train with Edwin and Bernardino and Sean and Pix. Sully just behind it. Dylan has left the session. I hope someone can invite him back. Meanwhile, further downfield, Phantom and Bazooka. Phantom makes up a position pretty easily there. Phantom obviously only got 1 lap in qualifying. So he usually does well in the races though. He usually has decent race pace. And look at the gap Pinky has formed early on. This is a great start from him. So let's get out the biggest winners here. Yeah, as I said, Pix up 9 positions. He started this race from P15 and he has really won this race start. 9 positions. Flavors up 6. Phantom up 3 for now. Same with Desi. But the biggest losers, Dylan, obviously not in the session at the moment. He's down 7. Same with Gabri. Same with Pub Dog. And Mihai him down 5 positions. And there's a lot going on here as Pix gets past his teammate. Pix flying. Does Sean have damage? Yeah, Sean has damage. End plate damage for Sean. That is not good news for the Sauber driver, but his teammate does get through. Maybe that was, and that's now 10 positions gained for Pix in the opening 2.5 bit laps. But Sean fighting down into the hairpin. Space given just about. Don't want to be fighting too much as teammates. You do not want to crash with your teammate. That is rule number 1. But Pix looks to be defending it. Sean goes wide and Pix will stay ahead. Let's confirm the tyre situation. Yeah, softs for Pix, for Sully, as we see Phantom has gotten past. Gabri right there as well, but not able to make a move stick just yet. He's going to be wanting to make back those positions he lost on the race start. Look at that, nearly going into the back of Sully, and now getting pressurised from Owise. Look at this at the front, 3.5 seconds from Pinky off this race start. These softs have done wonders as Mihai and Pubdog go wheel to wheel. Mihai has gained the position. And further back we've got Sully and Sean going side by side. I'm going to accept that friend request very quickly because he needs to get back in the lobby. And I will invite him. If I can find him. I might need to try it again. Hopefully we do not miss too much in this process. There we go. I don't think Sully has gone past Sean. He's suffering with his damage at the moment. He has not got much pace. Sully now pressuring Picks. Obviously the big winners from the start here. Sully's not getting too much, but he's still gained. So yeah, up 3. This is kind of splitting into a few zones right now. We've got Pinky all on his own. Then the battle for the rest of the podium then to P4, and then this train that goes on down to P13 more or less as Sully drops it on the exit. That's going to lose him a heap of time. Sean's going to be all over the back of him. Not sure he'll be able to make a move. If he does, he won't last for long, obviously with that damage. It would honestly just do Sully bad. As Bazooka, he's going to go for it. Is he going to go for it on Sully as well? Is he going to have the pace to get close enough? Not quite, but he does get ahead of Sean. And that is a big move for him. He's also on the soft tyres, wants to make these work as well. And we have seen these soft tyres have worked beautifully on this start of the race. As ahead, Sully and Pix wheel to wheel. Sully's going to have the inside line. Pix will try and go around the outside, but in doing so could lose the position to Bazooka as they go side by side. As Dylan said, I need an invite. I did send you one. I will try again. I have sent you one again on EA. Check and see if that works. Message him this chat if it doesn't. And I will send another one. Your car is currently doing very shit, unfortunately for you, Dylan. No problem. Hopefully, for your sake, a safety car can come out and save your race. I don't think Pinky would want to hear that himself. But, and Owise was that session. I don't know if I have Owise added. It looks like there's going to be a move made there. Do I have Owise added? No, that's unfortunate. I'm very sorry, Owise. Hopefully you can say, oh, is there damage there? Bazooka trying to get past Pix, and he does so. But Pix is still there. As Pix made it through, he has. And Sean and Phantom, this is going to be Sean down the inside on his teammate. Pix now starting to drop some positions as he is getting, I don't know what to say, I can't think of the word, but he is starting to drop like a fly now in this train. Just through the sheer load of drivers right behind him. Maybe the softs dying off a little bit. The pace at the front for Pinky seems to have stalled, so it could be a sign that the softs are dying. So, this train does seem to be just de-resting each other. No moves really being made. But further down, Phantom wants to get past Sean with his damage. And down into turn 1, Sean defends the outside line and makes it stick round that outside line. And Pix goes off the track there. We'll get a warning for that, and allows Gabri to sneak through as well. He's lost the position and gotten a warning in the process. That's not good for him. What was a great start has pretty much come back to around where he is expected to be. but he's gotten a start he can be proud of. He was P5 at one point. And speaking of P5, Bazooka is all over the back of Sully. Is he going to try anything here? No, he is going to be patient. Wait for that straight with the DRS. Obviously 2 DRS points in on this track, on the main straight, and down towards the end of Sector 1, start of Sector 2 towards the hairpin. And Berberdino, the first driver to get 3 seconds up in P2. That is not what he needed in his quest for a podium. I'm sorry, Bazooka behind, getting past with DRS, a simple move in the end. This race is kind of maturing, we'll say. It is going into a stage where not too much will happen like the start, but we still will see moves as we are seeing Sully force Bazooka to that outside line. Can't quite get a switchback, but this is a very big train. 5 cars all right by each other in quest for currently P5. Obviously these soft runners will have... Ooh, that was just like, okay. And this lag could cause Sean to get in on the action, but I don't think he's able to with that damage. I think Sean, if he didn't have damage, would be able to be flying right now, but he is doing a good job, all things considered. Always has sent me a request. I will accept that and let him in as well. So always, there we go. We have missed none of the action. We're all okay. Actually, I think someone got overtaken there. I think as Sean is getting overtaken. No, he isn't. He's going to defend. Oh, he goes off the track though. Phantom able to get through. Gabri wants to get in on the action too. Oh, he's back in. That is good for him. And further up the field, Kuko and Edwin swap positions, but they have lost a lot of time to Verberdino. I'm not sure what happened there. And now Gabri and Sean wheel to wheel into the hairpin themselves. Still quite a lot happening. I know they said this was maturing, but these drivers want to get moves done. The gap between Pinky and Verberdino has come down a bit. The softs are definitely not as good as they once were, but they still have to go a few more laps. As Desi and Pix have swapped positions, and Pix must have been off the track if he lost that much time. So the main battles are right here for P5. We'll get rid of the tire thing because it's quite big in the way. So we can get to see more of this action for P5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Not looking like much moves will be made except for maybe Sully on Bazooka down towards turn 1, but he stays behind. Gabri also has to stay behind for now. He really would like to be going better right now. Who has got the fastest lap as it stands? That's not it. It is this one. I'm an idiot. Pinky. As there's a lot of close racing right there and I am missing it all. I am very sorry. Sure, Bazooka and Sully side by side. Bazooka's gone off the track in the process. I think these soft drivers are almost starting to hold up the medium drivers as they go wheel to wheel, but Sully does have to bail out for now. Gabri and Sean wheel to wheel behind. Gabri just not able to get that move. He really wants to make it as he sends it. And what has happened there? The camera work was absolutely horrid. This is a terrible engine sound. I can see what they meant. They're ghosting through each other. And Gabri in all of this still comes out behind. I'm not really sure what happened. I think Gabri just sent it and they made contact. I could be wrong. And Sully into this. He is sped. Oh, that is devastating for Sully. That's like, unless of a safety car, that is race over. You won't recover from something like that. We'll see what he goes on to. The mediums to the end. 22 laps he will, or 23 laps he will require of them. 22, 20, either way, quite a lot. As further back, Phantom gets past for P5. He has had a pretty good race so far. Jean-Mo defending from Gabri once more. Gabri getting frustrated behind this Sauber car, as he probably feels he should be further up the field, but whatever happened on lap 1 has completely scuppered that. So he is still in P8 for now. This battle for P2 could see some moves down into turn 1 with how close they are. We will see. But they've been quite happy to sit off each other for the most part. Kuko quite low in ERS. 36 compared to 71. I could play a factor into it, but with the DRS we will see they're chipping away slowly at Pinky's time. I think it's pretty much hovering at 3 seconds for now. And Kuko dummies the move, but no move actually made. He goes off the track. Bazooka is now into the pits. Gabri in DRS range, but still not able to make a pass. Desi into the pits as well. So Bazooka onto the medium tires. Same with Desi. I think it is just on medium. That is the way it is. Always it does have damage. That's unlucky for him. I'm not sure where he picked that up. And Sully and Bazooka. Sully has gotten ahead with that undercut. I think he was ahead. No, they were the ones right with each other. How I can't remember something from 2 laps ago is beyond me, but he is in P10 now. Obviously with that 10 seconds, it means he is gonna need a lot to finish well. As this battle for P2, what they are doing is getting as far away from behind as possible. Phantom Fox is 6 seconds behind, and that is crucial. Kuko's very low in ERS, and that could cost them, as we see Edwin breeze past. Could he get past Berberdino? Not quite, but he will take P3 back off Kuko, which will put a smile on Pinky's face, as that would be more points extended in the championship as it stands. He needs to get as much as he can going into the final couple of races. Just 3 to go after today. Sean still ahead of Gabri. I mean, realistically, these are going for still another 10 laps. He could try an undercut though. Yeah, there is not too much in terms of overtakes as of now, but this battle will heat up towards the end of the race if it stays the way it is. Obviously Bernardino has his penalty, but on track it will be spicy as we see Kuko in. That is interesting. He's on the medium tyre. Is this going to the hards at the end? Is he trying something completely different? He is. I'm not sure about that. I don't think that is the play from Kuko. In a championship fight, you've got to be smart with your decisions. I don't think that's a smart move from the Italian. Yeah, I don't know about that one. As Sully gets past Pix, who is still in the pits, Bazooka following, and a good few other drivers as well. I'm not going to look at all of them. So this train for P2 is now just 2 cars long. And look at that, Pix all the way down in P14, just about. He will stay ahead of Pub Dog. You'd assume Berberdino and Edwin will just stay out. They're on the better strategy if they stay out and go to softs. Now I could be completely wrong, but because obviously the TF1 race was wet, but from what I know, the race was meant to be a soft medium if it was dry. Edwin very close as Pinky pits and Berberdino. So Berberdino is going to follow suit. I've never seen a man more cautious into the pits. And I mean, fair enough. It's better than getting 10 seconds, but that is a lot of time lost, I'd say. It was about 3 seconds between him and Pinky going into the pits. It'll be a lot more when we leave the pits. Sean gets himself 3 seconds. Gabri does undercut onto hard tires. A lot of drivers beginning to go on hard. Maybe it is the play. Here's Kuko. Here's Berberdino. Kuko breezes past, and that undercut has been strong. That is a good undercut from Kuko. That's what he needed. He's out of DRS as well, Berberdino. And Kuko burning DRS and make sure he can pull that gap while his tyres are warmer than Berberdino's. Obviously, Berberdino will have to go through that phase of warming them that Kuko did last lap. So for now, Edwin leads this race. Obviously, only provisionally he was about 3 seconds behind Pinky before he pit. Little slide there. Phantom doing well himself. Can he continue to do so? We will have to wait and see. So the on-track battle for now is Sully and Bazooka. We will see how this one pans out. And Sean and Flavors pit. I was not even paying attention. Flavors and Sean were quite close there. That means Flavors is doing decent. Has to be. Fair play to him. As Bazooka did get past Sully in the process of me waffling about Flavors' result. So far he is down in 11th. Could be 12th. Yeah, 12th. As Sully goes very wide there. Let's be careful not to get more penalties. Obviously got to 10 already. You do not want to get more. Sorry, that was a yawn. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1 for Pix. Pix, who started this race so well. You've got to feel bad. Like, he was doing such a good job. As, more importantly, Liam Scales, an Irishman, scoring in the Champions League. Boy, you love to see it. You just love to see it. Obviously he plays for Celtic, if anyone cares. Playing Slovan Bratislava. Whoa, squirrely for Pix. Let's go back to Berberdino, Bazooka, and Sully. Sully could get a move done here. Will he be close enough? It looks like he won't be. Yeah, he'll have to stay behind for now. Here's a battle. Sully gets 3 seconds on Gabri. Guess who's finally passed? The Ferrari driver gets past Sean eventually. And Mihai gets a warning. Oh, there's a mighty scrap going on here. Contact being made reference right now. I've completely missed that Gabri. What has happened here? There's a lot going on. It's hard to see it all. Gabri must have made contact with Sean. He's lost 1.6 seconds, so he's still behind. As Edwin finally pits from P1, giving Phantom that lead back, and or not that lead back, just giving them the lead. Where does Pinky come in out here? How far ahead, I wonder? It'll be a good bit actually. As here's an interesting one. Bazooka going for the Berberdino. Sully has to sit back for now. Bazooka up into P5. And Sully, this camera work is horrendous. He goes for down the inside. These are going to fight through turn 4, 5, and he's actually lost time. Berberdino's managed to get past now, as they head down towards the hairpin. Sully's actually going to have to settle for P7, or is he? He's going to try it around the outside. But yeah, he has to back out. Camera work is absolutely dreadful from EA. Missing the majority of that. So this will continue on. If Bazooka gets a penalty, actually no, sorry, Sully's penalty is 10 seconds. I was going to say it would be fair game, but it is anything but. As Sully, can he sweep around the outside here? He's going to try it, you know. Bernardino gives him the space, but not able to make anything go. As we got a yellow flag for Desi in the background. He must have had a moment. And Sully practically pushing Bernardino through these corners. He really needs to get past if he wants to set his sights after Bernardino. Or he's already as further up the field. Edwin and Kuko go side by side. Look at this, Kuko trying to get back in the slipstream. There's now Sully down towards turn 1. He's gonna not go past. I'm surprised there. He must have had very low ERS in comparison at the start of the straight. So these two will have to stay where they are for now. And obviously the big one here, sorry for yawning, Bernardino was with this train of Edwin and Kuko, and he is not even close now. He's 3.5 behind with a penalty. I'm not really sure what has happened there. I know the undercut got Kuko ahead, but not that much. Edwin obviously did very well on his overcut to manage to stay there, and Puck Dog getting a move for P12. That move isn't quite done yet, as Pix wants to fight this, but he's not going to be able to do anything for now. Puck Dog, who it's again a tale of McLaren being good in quali and just letting it go in the race. Pinky sets a new fast lap that has been held for quite some time. The fast lap, I think that it was like a. Oh, actually, Edwin's on softs. There's no way they last. Surely. He would be a miracle worker if they last competitively. Anyway. Fantavox still staying out on those mediums. He is doing the medium slots. He's the only driver actually doing it. And it's interesting, because a lot of people, like, there was good few that did soft medium, but he seems to be the only one committing to that a big overcut to get the fresh sauce at the end. And we will see how it plays out. He's high in ERS at the moment. Wonder if he'll use any of it down the main straight, because he's nothing to lose really. The gap between Pinky and him is 7.7, as Dylan gets a 3-second penalty. I'm not sure if that's his first or not. Meanwhile, Sean and Gabri close together, as they have been the host, and Phantom does actually pit now, so he will get onto the softs for the last 13 laps of the race. And Pinky once again takes the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. And our close on track battle right now is Bernardino and Sully. Can Sully make anything happen down towards turn 1, as they both get past Phantom, who is coming out of the pits, and he'll come out in P7 on those top tires. A big gap between him and Gabriel, has to be said. And Sean down towards someone, not near close enough. He still has that damage. He did not repair it in the pits. He probably... Oh my god, I've yawned way too much. It's not been that boring of a race. And Sully and Bernardino and Bazooka all not side by side but close, and Sully is past the McLaren into P6 meanwhile, and that's in the pits again. The gap at the front, 5.7. Edwin obviously on softs, but how long can they go? Like, he's been on them a few laps now already. Dylan's out, he's crashed. That's a safety car, it is. And wow, a tyre is rolling along the gravel. Dylan has binned it up the hill of sector 1, and this will neutralise the Portuguese Grand Prix. Everyone is going to be back to square 1. This is going to bring... Sully will be able to serve that 10 seconds. He got himself as Phantom is going to take the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. Phantom, who started, I think, 13th. I will check. No, wrong one. Yeah, he started this race 13th. And now, the tire delta is 1 lap. It is a 1 lap difference. Now, that will, you would be surprised how much of a difference it will make actually, because he's been pushing for that 1 lap. But this has played beautifully into his hands, and he has a real chance of taking something here. Pinky will be eager to get past him though on fresher tires. Did I see, what tire did he go on to? Mediums. So is Kuko. Wow. Wow. Oh my. This is interesting. So Phantom's older softs will not matter against Pinky's new mediums. They will be still quicker. Edwin though on the freshest tires of the front runners. Kuko on mediums as well. That is interesting, the amount of medium runners we've got. Like, why are they not going on softs? This is clearly soft in. We saw the soft tint at the start, right? They're only going to have to do about 8 laps of racing speed. That is interesting. I'm presuming Sully served his penalty and still has a penalty anyway. Yes. So 3 seconds for anyone that does have penalty. I'm surprised there's only been 4 people to get track limits actually, considering how easy it is to run right here. So, well done to Div 2 for now. So this race will get underway at probably the end of the next lap, lap 23. Yeah, lap 23. So we will have 10 laps to the end of this race. Phantom leading us in his Williams, and his teammate Sully down in P7, not doing too bad himself. I have no idea whose race this is at the moment. It is anyone's game now, obviously with these tire differences. Yeah, always is going to be the last car to catch this up, and he should do by the end of the lap. I see no reason why he wouldn't. And assuming he does, this race, as I said, will go underway for 10 racing laps, assuming there is no one else that bins it and brings out another. I think you could probably tell by now, if you're listening, that talking under safety car is pretty difficult. Not much to say other than to waffle and fill up the time, as it is in this lap. We are going to get underway as Phantom will lead us from Pinky, from Edwin, from Kuko. Kuko and Pinky, obviously the main championship protagonists. What's going on there? They're not even close there, so I don't. How late does Phantom want to leave it? It is quite a long straight, so that if he goes early, he's at risk of getting jumped if he doesn't catch Pinky off. I think he's best to leave it late and try and get rid of that toe as we creep downhill at 110 kilometers an hour. And he's gone. He is gone. As Sully and Berberdino overtake, interesting. And yeah, he's on back fast. So Phantom has judged this pretty well. Further back, Kuko not able to make a move. No one making moves into turn 1. As further back, Mihai wants to make a move, but Sean is going to defend it. But Mihai getting round the outside, get a better grip on traction on the exit. He is up into the points. Sean actually losing more. He is down to P12. He is now fighting his teammate Pix going around the outside. I don't know if there's contact made there. further up the field, Pinky and Edwin, they are going side by side. Meanwhile, further back down, the two Saubers go wheel to wheel, and they're going to stay wheel to wheel, but no, Pix eventually back. Pix losing out big time there. I'm not sure what's happened there. He must have had a moment, and he's down to last. Phantom, he's 9/10 clear. He has judged this beautifully, and now if he keeps this up, he could get the second. What looked to be Pinky's race from the get-go is now completely shifted, and he's now under pressure from Edwin. He could lose P2 here, and as it stands, it's going to be Kuko that stays ahead in this championship battle. That could be huge come the end of the season. And Edwin stays back for now. No DRS. Berberdino making moves on Bazooka. He needs to get a move on, obviously, with that penalty. He needs to try to get gaps to drivers behind to avoid losing too many positions. Pub Dog past Mihai. No DRS for Pinky. Edwin has it. Kuko has it. And further back, Bazooka. Can he go for it on Kuko? He sent it down the inside. He's made it stick. Obviously not going to be ahead of Kuko after penalties, but that could be costly for Kuko as he needed to get further up the field. Phantom just about holding on to that 1 second. It's close. Pinky's going to do everything he can to get back in it. Both of them have similar ERS levels. Obviously no penalties for anyone in the top 3. As further back, Gabri down to 10th. This is not the race he wanted. Qualifying in the top 5, and it's just gone astray for him. The medium's not up to speed for him, or for any of them. Obviously Kugo losing positions. Pinky was under pressure and still is with the DRS. Edwin should breeze by here. This shouldn't be a problem for Edwin. Pinky, as Pub Dog said, it's a fast lap, and I was wrong. Edwin is still behind going into turn 1. Further back, no major moves being made except for Sean getting passed by Seaman, and he goes very wide. And Bazooka and Sean Sully go wheel to wheel up the hill, and here he comes down the straight. And further ahead, Pinky and Edwin side by side. Pinky manages to hold on. It's so hard to keep up with everything going on. Sully and Bazooka still wheel to wheel. Sully is ahead, and Sully able to make that stick. All this battling from Pinky and Edwin puts a bigger gap between Phantom and Pinky. It just allows him to extend. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing on those soft tires. They will get slower towards the end. Pinky's tires will come into a better groove in the last 2-3 laps. But is that too little too late by then? It might be. We will see. Berberdino on the cusp of losing the rest there, and he does. Pub Dog getting past Flavors, who's doing well to be in the points right now. Obviously ahead of Gabri. Gabri under pressure from Mihai as well. We will see if anything comes of that. As down the straight we go, Edwin pulling alongside and ahead of Pinky. He is into P2. Pinky now dropping to P3, gaining 6 points getting 3 points as it stands on Kuko after pens. And that will see him close the gap to 4, but that would a race that looked like he was destined to get into the championship lead. It's not looking like it right now, unless something changes, of course, in the last few laps. Any moves being made further down, not right now anyway. Apart from, of course, these Sabres who have been fighting the last few laps. Sean, it was really just set in stone for about 7th, 6th, I'm not sure exactly where. He's now fighting just to stay in 14th, as Flavors loses some ground there. I'm not sure what happened there. Pushes Gabri up and Mihai into the point playing positions. Kuko all over the back of Berberdino. He needs to get past. He has to get past if he wants to go after the Alpine. And Flavors has lost more positions, and a yellow flag is out for him. He must have spun at the end of that, and he otherwise gets a 3-second penalty. That is not good for him. So, oh my god, we are missing everything. Pinky into P2. Kuko not even getting ahead. I am a terrible cameraman. Kuko with a penalty. That is huge. That is huge. And he's been spun. He has been spun. Sully has spun him round. Kuko losing. Flavors is retired in the pits. That could be huge in the championship. As we see further ahead, Sully ahead of Bazooka. But Kuko down to 7th. He's going to lose more after pounds. As Gabri has known, he's going to drop to 8th at minimum. As it stands. That is devastating for the championship leader. Pinky is sure to take the lead again. As I said, it looking like it needs something to happen in this race for him to take the lead again. And that has happened. And meanwhile, he's actually gotten into DRS of Phantom. This is not over yet at the front of the field. We have a 3-way fight for this race win if Pinky can get just into DRS. As Pix gets a penalty himself further down the field. And he's just not gotten it there. The DRS is very low for the Alpine driver, and that could allow Edwin to get ahead. This shouldn't be a problem with the ERS difference. Look at that, he has breezed past. That could connect the train though. That could put Edwin into ERS range, which could, yes, well, we'll see if he stays, but down to 7.5 tenths. This is a battle for the lead as Gabri gets a penalty. Some would say that's a team thing to do. I'm not sure if it's on purpose, but it does allow Kuko to lose less positions in this championship fight. And it means that Kuko is fighting on track for his position to stay ahead of the rest of them behind him. Bazooka. Oh, and speaking of fighting for positions, he's fighting wheel to wheel with Pub Dog, and Pub Dog getting ahead on track and for position, but Kuko going for the switchback and gets ahead. Gabri now on the back, but I don't know if he's going to be able to get ahead. Kuko defending very well there, but it does allow Bazooka to get back clear of DRS. They're going to have to really push to get back in, but great defending from the championship leader. Further up, this is a 3-way battle for the race lead. 4 laps to go, starting now to the end of this race. Is Pinky close enough to try anything? I don't think he's going to risk it. Sully gets past, Pub Dog gets past, and Kuko does have to concede position for now, but he will be eager to get past again, knowing what this could mean for his championship. Obviously he wouldn't want to hear too many times, but his championship went crashing down in devastating fashion in Brazil last season. He does not want a similar feat this season. He wants revenge. He wants to take this championship that he knows he is capable of taking. But at the moment, things going the way of Pinky with 3 rounds to go after this. It's still anyone's game, no matter what the result here, but it's still a good indicator as to what is to come here after Portimao. I couldn't tell you what's next. I really couldn't. I do not look at the calendar. But we can see, look at how close these 3 drivers are, separated by just 6 tenths. Pinky all over the back of Edwin, but Edwin is going to have the benefit of DRS to push after Phantom. We are going into the start of lap 31. Pinky, he's not burning yet, but Edwin going for the change of lead here. Phantom's going to have to concede as Edwin takes the lead of the Portuguese Grand Prix. Phantom down to P2. Further back, Bazooka out of Bernardino, and Gabri ahead of his teammate, but he's been switched back. I'm not sure if he needs to be going for positions on his teammate in a championship fight. A contact between Bazooka and Pub Dog, more contact between Bazooka and Pub Dog, and that forces Pub Dog wide. Bernardino in the process. No, Bernardino is. I don't know. As Bernardino does send it down the inside, Pub Dog's wide, and Kuko's round. Kuko's round. He's out of the points. That is huge. He got tangled up in all of that, and they're still fighting. Pub Dog's now round. What is happening here in Portimao? Drama towards the end, and still absolutely nothing is decided. Nothing is decided here in Portimao. I couldn't tell you one position that is set in stone right now. Everything up for grabs here as we are set to start the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. Phantom wants to get that lead back. Edwin wants to keep it. Pinky in the mix of things. He knows though that, well, he may not know, but Kuko out of the points. He is good enough where he is to take the lead of the championship. He wants to get as much points as he can though. Staying behind for now. Everyone's staying where they are. Further back. This is a three-way down towards turn 1. And Gabri and Berberdino side by side. Berberdino has to go wide in the process. And Gabri down the inside. Can he get it done? He's going to have to concede. Meanwhile, further up, Pinky did get ahead of Phantom. Phantom now jumping into P3. But still a great result nonetheless, if he keeps it. Mihai battling Gabri for P7. Gabri does stay ahead. Mihai runs a little wide. Further back, Kuko back into the point. That is what he needs. He needs to just get as much as he can. He's still in this train. He can still gain positions. That's what he needs going into just a lap and a half to go. And meanwhile, Pubdog and Mihai going side by side. Mihai could get with the inside line here. It's going to turn into the outside line. But can he have the momentum? No, he's going to get forced out there. And Mihai in 9th for now. Nothing decided here. I'm going to have to focus on the lead of this Grand Prix as we start the final lap. Edwin leads from Pinky, leads from Phantom, but that could be anything come this time next lap. Look how close they are. Pinky is going to breeze by in. I can't Phantom follow suit. They could be 3 wide going into turn 1. Phantom down to turn 1, avoids contact. Pinky goes wide himself. A contact between Phantom and Edwin. Luckily not spinning. Sully in 4th. Bazooka 5th. And there's so much going on here for the battle for 6th. As there's a wing plate flying off for a McLaren. That could be Pubdog. He's losing positions. Look at this. Kuko down the inside. And he is not going to get ahead yet. Mihai stays ahead. This is thrilling in the midfield. Absolutely amazing from everyone involved. I know there's been a few incidents, but this has been unmissable. And yet I've still had to miss some of it. For the front of the field, of course. I can't see everything, unfortunately. And we must go back to the front of the field. The man who took pole by 10,000ths of a second ahead of Berberdino. He has not gotten this easy. I looked at it for a while. He had to fight for this. He dropped to P3, but he's managed to get back to winning ways. Pinky will win the Portuguese Grand Prix from Edwin, from Phantom, who's done a great race. Sully in P4. Bazooka will have to settle for P5. Gabri 6th. Berberdino 7th. Mihai 8th. Kuko 9th. Oh, it's just behind in 10th. And Pubdog just 5/10 off the point in 11th. Pix just 1 second behind in 12th. Jesse just 1.7 behind in 13th. And Sean will finish off this race for us. And he could have done so much better. He was unlucky, I would say. I'm not sure actually what happened, why he lost so many positions. But he is going to come across this race with a point to his name either way. He is the fastest lap. And he takes a point home for Sauber. Wow, what a race. That was unbelievable towards the end there. Phantom Fox, a deserving driver of the day. I would have given him it myself. From 13th on the grid to 3rd. And could have easily been second or first there. What a race. And here are your official results. Pinky winning in Portimao, getting the championship lead by quite a margin. He has gained 23 points. He was just 7 behind. And he's going to go 16 ahead with 3 rounds to go. That's a big gap with not long to go. So a huge advantage there. Edwin on the podium after starting in P3. He manages to get himself into the podium. And that is actually his 3rd of the season. Phantom on the podium. His 1st of the season. Doing it the hard way from P13, but that strategy played perfectly. The only one to do it as well. I was surprised by how little did it. Sully in 4th did very well considering it 10 seconds. Bazooka 5th. Gabri 6th. Berberdino 7th. Mihai in the points in 8th. Kuko all the way down in 9th. Always finishing the points. And then we've got Pubdog, Pix, Desi and Sean all finishing. Flavors and Dylan not finishing this Grand Prix. And that was your Portuguese Grand Prix. I think Felix has missed a good one today. Hopefully I have done enough in his replacement. This has been a thrilling Div 2 race here in Portimao as the championship battle heats up. I am not too sure what that means for constructors. I can have a check, but before the race, Ferrari led Williams by 15 points, but Williams scoring a 3-4, getting 27 points there. That will put them on 188. Ferrari getting 6th and 9th. I think it's very close either way. I think Williams might have the lead, but that is your Portuguese Grand Prix. I have enjoyed it. I hope you have enjoyed it. Make sure to stick around. We are back this time next week. I think Felix will be back for that. So it should be me and Felix for round 10. Just 3 to go in this great season. Monza is the track in question. A home track for many drivers, as you can see in this lobby. 3 Italians. And obviously 2 of them in the Ferraris. They will want a huge result, obviously, for their championship, for their home track, everything. It's all, and they bring it home. But I will end the stream now. Thank you so much for watching. Do stick around next, and goodbye.